Welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. After snapping their two-game losing streak last week, the Jaguars are back on the road as they look to create a winning streak if they can defeat the two-win Cleveland Browns. With a win today, they'll also equal their win total from last year. So welcome to Week 12 from Cleveland. We are underway. Myers gets us started, and here we go. Across the 20, and Dawkins is wrapped up by Paul Posluszny. Here comes the Cleveland offense, a team that's really built to run the football. Dion Lewis enters with the 6th most rushing yards in the league, and Sergio Brown takes him down, and he loses one. Now on the shotgun, Manziel hands off, and Lewis breaks a tackle, and another, but he's still going backwards, and eventually he's dumped by McClain, and that's a loss of 3. Good run stops, now 3rd and 14, Manziel fakes. Now going deep down the middle and nearly intercepted. Reggie Nelson should have picked it off, but it's still a great defensive start. Here is Nataki Mason with 20 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions on the season. Against the stacked box, Yeldon trying to work left and runs into Paul Kruger, not much there. Yeldon 6 yards off of 800 on the season, now back to pass, good protection, and Michael Riley hangs on up the seam. He made a similar play last week in his 3-touchdown performance. Back to the air on first down, outside and incomplete. No, it's ruled a fumble and a recovery by Marquise Lee. So Robinson gets lucky there that Lee was heads up with the recovery. And now Yeldon breaking away, but a flag flew in. That's an impressive 9-yard gain that is not going to count. There was a hold on Wisniewski, and they'll back up to 1st and 19. Denard Robinson now in the game following Brandon Linder, and he's taken down by Justin Gilbert. Big hit, and it's still 2nd down and 19 to go. Mason dumps it off on 2nd down outside to Julius Thomas, who is brought down by Hayden, and it's 3rd down and 8. Lee slot left, Thomas to the right. Mason fires right and is nearly intercepted. They've gone to that route on 3rd down many times, but that was well played by Manti Te'o. Mason avoids the interception and the Jaguars lead 3-0. Back to the Browns, and that is incomplete. We'll see what their wideouts can do against this secondary in another game without Nate Bell. It's 3rd and 5. Manziel down the middle, and Dwayne Allen breaking away after shedding a tackle. He's down inside the 35. Sergio Brown wanted the pick and came up empty. And the Cleveland Browns are in field goal range. Dion Lewis still struggling to reach the line of scrimmage. This is a good group of run blockers as well. Jaguars just ready to play today, and here they are again. Great penetration, and the tackle is made by Senderick Marks. -6 yards so far for Dion Lewis. They're forced to throw, needing 11. Manziel is nearly intercepted. Michael Bryant with great zone coverage there on the boundary, and they'll bring on the field goal unit. 50-yard try, right hash. The kick hooks, and it goes back inside. Well done. And this game is tied. Kicking off now to Tavon Austin. We'll see what he can do as this one takes him to near the sideline, but still returnable. He angles inside and makes a move back outside and breaks away. Flag down as Tavon is knocked out of bounds. But we see just what he is capable of, but sadly, it's coming back. No good field position. A flag on Denard Robinson. So inside their own 20, twin tight end pistol look. Mason flushed left and checks it down. There is Michael Riley fighting ahead, and it looks like the 2nd-year tight end has moved the sticks. From a bunch look, good protection. Mason outside and delivers perfectly to Marquise Lee. Excellent throw by Nataki Mason. There's a 21-yard grab. Marquise Lee slot left, and here is Mason dodging the pressure. He buys some time and floats it downfield to Sanders. Unbelievable! I figured he'd have to throw this one away, but no, he saw an opening. And we know how good Mason is on the run, but that is just obnoxious. At the 25-yard line, deep play fake. And Mason fires to Marquise Lee. And there's another 1st down, this time inside the 15. Nataki very good to start today's game, and now tosses right. Robinson inside the 10 and brought down shy of the 5 at the 7. It's 3rd and 5 now. There's that empty look in the red zone they like. Mason to Riley, shy of the goal line, but it's enough to move the chains. Great possession, can they finish it? On 1st and goal, TJ Yeldon spins into the end zone for his 8th touchdown on the ground this season. The Jaguars now lead in the 2nd quarter 10-3. Some very good throws by Mason on that possession, and we'll see what the defense can do now. Can they continue to bottle up Dion Lewis? Delayed give, and Franklin Fitzgerald makes the play. Now Lewis is at -7. Quite the day so far for the run defense. They're forcing Manziel the pass. Flag down and knocked away by Buchanan. We'll see what the call is here. And it's holding against Josh Buchanan, so must have had a grab there against Harry Douglas. That's an automatic 1st down. They go right back to the air. Johnny Manziel connects with Charles Johnson, who was on the Jaguars roster last year. This is his 2nd stint with Cleveland. Facing 2nd and 6. Good protection, and Manziel again goes short to Johnson, and there's some running room as he dashes inside the 35. So keep an eye on Johnson. He has the height, weight, speed element to him. And now they go back to Dion Lewis. Looks like he gained some yards this time, but not too many. I think he's back to 0 now. Split shotgun look, 3rd and 7. And the blitz gets to Manziel. He's forced to check it down, and the Jaguars will force another field goal try. The score is now 10-6 as the Jaguars go to a twin tight end look here midway through the 2nd, trying to get Yeldon going, and they're having minimal success there. 8 carries, 11 yards. It's 3rd and 4 now. Blitz picked up, and Mason's picked off. It's Justin Gilbert giving Cleveland possession inside the Jaguar 40. So here he was against Allen Robinson, and Mason just threw it to him despite the lack of separation. Great job there by Gilbert. That's Mason's 7th interception this year. And now the Jaguars get some pressure on Manziel, and he's sacked by Senderick Marks. This front four has done a great job today. They force 3rd and 17 now. The deep routes are covered, and Manziel forced to check it down again, and this is not even in field goal range. After the interception and good field position, the Jaguars get a nice stop. Back to work on offense, and there's a pass complete to Sanders, who got that step on Justin Gilbert, but he's holding his own so far. 3rd down and 2. On the ground, Denard Robinson is able to pick it up, gaining 4 yards here. Seeing a good bit of 3 wide sets today, 2.5 minutes to go in this half. Off the fake, there's the wide open Julius Thomas into Brown territory and shoved out by Pierre Desir. 2-minute warning now approaching. On 1st down, they go with the draw. Flag down as Robinson picked up a solid chunk. And this is also going to be negated, so just not much on the ground so far. This time they flag Brandon Linder. Wisniewski was called earlier. 1st and 20, a screen to Denard Robinson. He outruns 1, but there's a good tackle again by Justin Gilbert, and the screen doesn't get very much. Back to the air on 2nd and long. Mason out wide and off the mark for Emmanuel Sanders, working that comeback against Joe Hayden. And now it's 3rd and 19. Here's the blitz. Jaguars pick it up, and Mason lets it fly. Robinson makes the catch inside the 15. Why not take a chance? At around midfield, he just throws it up on 3rd down, and Robinson takes it out of the air against Justin Gilbert. Back on 1st down, and this is incomplete as Gilbert wins this matchup against Robinson. From a 2 tight end look on 2nd down, play fake, nowhere to roll out. Mason to the end zone and nearly intercepted. Joe Hayden there nearly took it away. Mason catches a break. He gets another chance on 3rd and 10. Off the edge, unblocked defender. Mason chased and gets rid of it. So at least they'll bring on the field goal unit. 13-6, a touchdown game here with 38 seconds to go in this 1st half. Manziel trying to get this offense going again, and that is incomplete. Good coverage by Demetrius McCray, who hasn't seen a lot of action this year. More so now with Nate Bell out. Off tackle on 3rd down, they give up the edge to Dion Lewis, and the Browns have to spend a timeout. Still a long way to go to even get in field goal range. There's an opening, caught by Charles Johnson. Great release on Gordon Solomon. That's a start. They're now at the Jaguar 49. 1 timeout left and 10 seconds. They have 2 receivers streaking. Manziel waiting a long time, now lets it fly. Solomon coming back, lets it go off his hands. So they waste a lot of time there. That was a long play. Now all they can do is throw it up. Last play of the half. Manziel puts it up, and the pass is incomplete. Jaguars lead it 13-6. And so far, we've seen a lot of very good defense on display, especially against the run. A lower scoring game so far, only one touchdown. That was the 1-yard score by TJ Yeldon, but Mason does have 200 passing yards, and we'll see if they can rack up some more points here in the second half. 1st and 10, Jaguar football, and a check down here to Jameez Olawale, and there's nothing there. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. They spread things out now. Trips right, 3rd and 10 against the zone coverage. Inside pressure, and Mason forced to throw underneath as Robinson will not even come close. More good defense there by Cleveland. Quick 3 and out, and now good field position. 1st and 10 from the 49. Manziel hands off, and there's a lane for Dion Lewis, who picks up a quick 1st down on that gain of 10. 24 yards now on the ground for Lewis, and here's Manziel back to pass. He fires complete. Tight coverage, but caught by Harry Douglas. Now at the Jaguar 31, pistol look. This is Dion Lewis going down in the backfield. Antoine Dunn busts through to make the stop. 3rd down and 3. Jaguars in a zone and don't cover the short flat very effectively as the receiver broke away. Nice job there by Rod Streeter. It's now a red zone trip for Cleveland. And from the 20-yard line, there's a short throw again. This time, they're near Streeter, who picks up about 3 yards. Single high safety look as the Jaguars look for a 3rd down stop. With time, Manziel throws perfectly to the outside and connects with Dawkins. It's now 1st and goal. Good possession here by Cleveland. Now they'll run. Off tackle, nowhere to go. Led by Sergio Brown, Antoine Dunn also there. Nothing for Dion Lewis. 2nd and goal. With time and now taking off, Manziel slides inside the 5. It's now 3rd and goal from the 4. From the tight set, Manziel throws it to the end zone, and the game is tied. Touchdown, Harry Douglas. Good job just finding an opening and giving Manziel a spot to throw it to. Douglas ties the game at 13. Can the Jaguars answer? 6:21 to go in the 3rd. Here's a counter that loses yardage. Yeldon not even averaging 1 yard a carry. 2nd and 13, they send the safety outside. Nice grab by Sanders. That's good for about 8. 3rd and 4 now. And here is Mason rolling right into pressure. And he's sacked by DeMarcus Ware, the longtime vet. The Cleveland Browns get another stop and more good field position. Lewis on 1st down runs into his own man and can't get away from Posluszny. Here are the stats. 29 yards for Cleveland, 16 for the Jaguars. 2nd and 8, Lewis again. Sergio Brown, though, so good in run defense. They had great field position, but not quite in field goal range. 3rd and 7, and Manziel nearly throws an interception. They almost had the sack, almost had the pick, but they do get the stop. 3 minutes to go now in this 3rd quarter, still tied at 13. Here is a pass to Robinson, who still can't get away from Joe Hayden. These corners, Hayden and Gilberts, have done a good job. It's 3rd down and 10. Blitz is sent. Mason dodging right, and he lost the football. Scooped up by Linder, who avoids the safety. That's a key recovery there as Quentin Dial knocked it out. Again, we see Mason trying to roll, and he finds himself in trouble. He has to be careful there. He even had a receiver over the middle. Here we are again with the Browns with great field position, but trying to run to start the drive hasn't worked. Lewis is stacked up and stopped once more. 2nd and 10, Lewis to the right, and there's Sergio Brown. This constant run, pass sequence, 3rd and 9, again back to the air. Manziel gets it away, going deep, and it's knocked away by Josh Buchanan from Charles Johnson. Nate Bell would be proud. He probably is. He's still there. 13-13 still as the Browns continue to waste field position. It's a constant struggle between these teams trying to run the football but failing to do so. On 2nd and 10, Mason back to the air, looking left and picked off by Pierre Desir. A diving interception, and Mason has turned it over again. The turnovers have piled up these last few weeks. It's another multi-interception game. Browns football, this time they start in field goal range and start with a pass as Charles Johnson wins that battle against Gordon Solomon. At the 7, they keep it in the air. Pressure gets through, Manziel gets away. And he slides inside the 5, just getting something positive out of that. Offset eye, fake pump, and here's the draw. Fitzgerald is there, and he has really grown into this starting job as a pass rusher and run stopper. 3rd and goal now. Good coverage. And Manziel has to get rid of it. He does just in time. At least they keep them out of the end zone. The Browns do take the lead here in the 4th quarter. And here is another run for the Jaguars, and it's some positive yardage this time as Yeldon gets around 6. We'll see if they have more success in the 4th quarter. To the right side, following Ryan Cole, there is the edge, and Yeldon picks up the first, but we've seen very few yards after contact today. To the air on 1st down, and here is Mason rolling left this time. There's an opening. Mason dives ahead. If he went feet first, he wouldn't get the 1st down. Nice job. On 1st and 10, they go back to the ground. Now it's Robinson with his speed, and still can't get past the first man. Short gain. They switch things up now. 3rd and 8, empty shotgun. Mason hits Yeldon for the 1st down. Great job clearing out a space there by Thomas, and Yeldon makes the grab for his most impactful play perhaps of the day. They stay empty, and Mason hits Riley. It's a 1st down inside the 10. They beat zone and then man coverage in this spread look, and now they're inside the 10-yard line running the football. Yeldon gets a lane and is stopped at the 2, but a 7-yard gain will take that. On 2nd and goal, inside zone, and there's another stop. Good play again by Manti Te'o. 3rd and goal from the 1. It's Yeldon, this time into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That was not easy, but the Jaguars do recover and retake the lead. Great job there by Wisniewski. Now Cleveland trails by 4 with 5.5 minutes to play. Off the fake, that pass is complete. That's Rod Streeter once again, beating Gordon Solomon. From the 28, here comes pressure, it's Antoine Dunn, outside, tipped and almost intercepted by Sergio Brown. That's been a good matchup there on the outside. Now they're getting into it. Josh Buchanan and Charles Johnson. Down to the wire here at 2nd and 10. Going left this time and knocked away. Well read by Reggie Nelson, and Solomon was in good position. Big 3rd down now inside 5 minutes. Off the fake, under pressure, Manziel is sacked by Dan Skuta. The Jaguars come up with a stop. Now can they run some clock? They've tried to get this ground game going all day. Had some success last possession, and now look at this, yards after contact. If you can just wear down the defense a bit, you can be effective here in the 4th. Yeldon gets away from 1, but doesn't get very far here. At least the clock keeps moving. 2 minutes left, big 3rd down, here's Mason. Going up the seam, it's Marquise Lee. Big catch for a 1st down. And Cleveland has to start spending their timeouts. The big plays today have come in the air for Jacksonville. Now they run again to the right. Great job by Sanders, along with Julius Thomas, and Yeldon gets the 1st down. They are very close to being able to run out this clock. 1 timeout left. Yeldon can't spin away, but Cleveland will use their final timeout. 57 seconds left. Yeldon on 3rd and goal. Running left, runs into Linder, but keeps driving forward and falls into the end zone. It's TJ Yeldon's 30th career rushing touchdown. 3 of those have come today. No timeouts left. It's an 11-point game with less than a minute to go. Manziel puts it up, and it's intercepted to end the game. That's Demetrius McCray, who has kind of become an afterthought on this roster, but he played well today, and that's a spectacular interception. The Jaguars get win number 9. With their 2nd consecutive victory, today they defeat the Cleveland Browns 27-16. little bit closer game than you might have thought, but the Browns defense did a really good job. They stopped the run for majority of the game, and Joe Hayden and Justin Gilbert played well. Gilbert did give up a big pass downfield, but he also had an interception and played tight coverage and much better than I expected. I wanted to go after him, which is how that first interception kind of came to be. Two guys who deserve praise today are Marquise Lee and Michael Riley. Again, these two guys don't play every snap, but when they're on there, they're reliable receivers. Today they both had 4 grabs apiece that led the team, and they had some good impactful plays once again, some tough plays in traffic. I like the contributors we have, and especially on defense, Franklin Fitzgerald, he's really improved. Antoine Dunn, immediate impact as a first-year player. And in the secondary, we're seeing my focus on drafting secondary early, the first 2 picks in both drafts, is really paying off because now we have the depth to where we're really just bottling up these receivers. I know we didn't face great competition today, but we're also playing with a lot of inexperienced players who are still holding their own against big and fast receivers. And of course, to still see good coverage without Nate Bell in there is great to see. Next week, this is a big one now. The Texans have not played well as of late, losing 3 of 4, but this is still a team that I think matches up well against us, and a team we're 0-4 against in the series. We finally meet up with the Houston Texans. They've improved this offense. They have a lot of receivers, Doug Martin at tailback, Cooper Hankins, the second-year quarterback against Nataki Mason. A lot of good storylines in this game. Then, of course, on defense, Watt, Clowney, Merciless, Cushing. They've given us some fits in the past. Now, here's a quick preview of a couple prospects in this upcoming draft. Right tackle is a focus. I do want a long-term solution there. And one of my favorites is Lakeith Mason, a mid-round prospect, because he has great impact block, which is a very key rating. Pass block is lower but can be upgraded. We've had guys like Jeremy Parnell, has like 91 pass and run block, but a very low impact block, so he doesn't hold his blocks very well. I don't think the long-term solution is on this roster, although Zane Beadles has been serviceable. So there is your first real prospect preview of the season, but don't click off yet, we're not quite done here. I decided that it was time to start negotiating contract with a key free agent, Telvin Smith. He's been a great impact outside linebacker, and he wants near $40 million for 5 seasons. That's a big contract for a guy who was a 5th round pick. He's played some safety and linebacker at college, really found a home here at weak side linebacker, and has done a fantastic job. So obviously I wanted to keep him around. I offered him a $40 million contract with a $10 million signing bonus, and Telvin Smith accepted, which means the star linebacker will be staying here in Jacksonville for quite some time. And one more thing I wanted to add before I end this video. I do think I'm going to release Ziggy Hood. I no longer think he's one of the best run stoppers off the bench for us. I think that guy is Antoine Dunn. I'd also like to give Michael Bennett some snaps, and so I think we could cut Ziggy Hood and maybe add some depth elsewhere. So if you have any suggestions of a position we could add some depth to, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments section, but that is it for week 13, or week 12, I'm sorry, week 13 is next. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoy. Leave your feedback down below in the comments section. Who impressed you most in this victory? Subscribe for much more on the way, and I'll see you guys on Monday with week 13. Have a great day. I'll see you then.